Today I've got a bit of a strange video. It's from Triggernometry, a interview with comedian Mark Normand, and it's very different to the usual tone. And I think Kisin has let Francis Foster talk. He kind of talks quite a lot in this one. So this is more of a relaxed video. Grab a bag of popcorn, grab your bean bag, and let's just enjoy a very relaxed tone for Trigonometry. They're not getting triggered by wokeism for once. So, let's just calm things down a little.
Do you think this is going to be America being great again?
I think it's already pretty great.
Everything's big here.
Lizzo. Who thought Kanye was going to be a Nazi? That's what I'm saying. Like, everything's on the table. You can't predict anything anymore. I don't want to be the dad comic.
So Bill Cosby's not only not guilty, he's actually been falsely accused.
Those 44 women were full of shit. I always say fires are the new school shit.
It's genuinely weird to see Kisin laughing because he's so wooden and so he plays that kind of Sargon cool, collected, he's high order intellect. He just pure logic, pure rationality. But to see them actually laughing, it is kind of nice. But this got no views, by the way. They average about 300,000 views, sometimes 500,000 views. This hasn't even touched 100,000 views yet because it's not divisive. It's not. I mean, I'm sure they do, say some crazy stuff at some point. But the first 10 minutes, it just seems like just guys chatting, and people don't want that. That's deeply depressing to me because actually people do, but we're so riled up and so oh, you have to be ugh. Everything has to be political. Everything has to be. It's not the case. And the comments on it, seems like people expect a fight. They want arguments. They want division.
Shootings in America. There's one a week and I've stopped caring.
Mark Norman, welcome back, brother. How are you?
Good to be back. Hey, I'm on no sleep, but I'm glad to be away from my family.
Yeah. Well, you're a father of a 2-month-old.
Yes, it's hard. But we're getting through it, goddammit.
Yeah, we were just talking before we started of how the cuteness of the baby is what gets you through.
Yes.
Because if you didn't have that...
No, it's like a fart. You like your own, but I hate other ones. So, but you know how I get it out? I burp the shit out of him. That's how I get out. That's how I hit him. I'm just kidding. CPS, don't call me. No, he's cute and great. We're having a great time.
Strong start.
It is a powerful start.
I think this is how it started out, Trigonometry. I think they had more comedians on, and it wasn't all woke, culture war stuff. But obviously it doesn't get clicks. So, but it seems are they hedging their bets? Are they kind of seeing that Trump is alienating the world, and they're thinking, oh, actually, because they did that. I mean, the Deborah, what's her name? Can't remember her name. The Guilty Feminist. Wasn't a great interview. I didn't watch it all, but it was the bit I did when she spoke about the far right was pretty bad. And I think she had good intentions, but I think she was naive. But she thinks that we can just have a conversation about this stuff when we live in two different realities. Left and right now just do not share a common reality. And it's impossible to have a conversation in that environment. I really think it is. I think not that you shouldn't try, but this is what we need now is ironically this kind of stuff. Just calm down a bit. Let's just have a normal conversation.
Have you changed, Mark?
Well, I got a Jamaican lady coming at night for
Really?
a different reason. Now she's watching the baby, so that helps. Do you guys do the night nurse ever?
No.
Oh, really?
No, we're raw dogging it, mate.
You're stronger than me, because this Jamaican lady comes in, and she's pretty great, because my wife will be like, I'm sad. She's like, that is white women suck it up, bitch. And I'm like, can't argue with the old school black lady. So it's been great. It's been great.
Yeah. It's a very privileged position to be in, to have a night nurse and be like, yeah, just do oh, it's hard for him. 2 months of having a baby, which he hasn't probably had to deal with. Difficult. difficult being a dad.
Looking forward to the sleeping through the night, but we'll get to that.
Has it made you, like, I don't know about, for me, it made me slightly more empathetic, which for me was a result because I was starting with a very low base.
Yeah.
What about you?
Totally. We're comedians. We're selfish. We're
Really? Kisin is many things. I would not put him as an empathetic person. I think he's very opportunistic. I think he's a good businessman. I think, not naturally, I think he's kind of looked into it. He's gone, oh, actually, yeah, we can monetize. Like Jordan Peterson did. He figured out to monetize SJWs. And there's a lot of money in this. Like, I always joke, if I was a right winger, I could get 100,000 subscribers in 6 months. I promise you I could. But it's easy. It's easy stuff to just lie and just hate on trans people.
we're assholes. So yeah, way more empathetic, way less selfish because it's not about you anymore. Hey, I gotta feed this thing. You wanna sleep, but you go, he's got a shitty diaper. So you definitely grow up quick. And I think other people could use a baby. You know, you meet all these cum guzzlers on the street who are just selfish, and I feel like the next generation is all about me with the selfie and the TikToks. They could use a baby.
Do you just call Francis a cum guzzler?
Yes. Well, I've been saying that for years. But yeah.
True, it is true.
You know what I
Because
mean.
he needs to get on that journey and he's not there.
What journey? Well, sorry.
The cum guzzling journey.
To the cum guzzling journey. Oh, fair enough. I was like,
That's Bonnie Blues tour.
yeah.
But yeah, I will say I'm not one of these like you got to have a kid. If you don't have a kid, you're worthless. But it does.
There's a but there.
It gets you going. It jumpstarts you.
Yeah.
So yeah, give it a shot.
Give it a shot. So are you going around now evangelizing for babies?
No, I'm not one of those guys. But I do think it makes your life a little more fulfilling.
Yeah. And when it comes to the comedy aspect of it, has it changed the way you do comedy?
He's got a 2-month-old, really? I mean, what do 2-month-old babies do? They kind of just lie down. I mean, he's probably making some eye contact by now, but yeah, I mean, have kids, great. I think we need kids. People aren't having kids for various reasons. I've spoke about it before, but yeah, I think we should have kids. I think a lot of people don't. There's so much things to do now. You can just, I mean, the internet, YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, Now TV, Paramount Plus. There's so many other things to do than have a kid. So why would you? Like, it is hard work. And if you're going to do it well, it is hard work. It is a lot of sacrifice. And it ain't for me right now. Maybe when I'm in my 50s, I might have some kids. Or in my 60s.
Have you now become more sensitive and think, I'm not going to open with the pedo joke? Maybe.
Have you seen his material, mate?
5 minutes in.
Yeah, I go right in the pedo. But I guess it's I don't want to be the dad comic. You don't want to be that guy, you know? So I'm trying to like have my voice while talking about the kid. So I keep it dark and fun.
Yeah, but if you think about a dad comic, I kind of get what you mean by that. But also the dad comic was some of the greatest comedians of all time.
That's true.
Bill Cosby, dad comic. He's a great comedian.
Somewhat
later work.
tainted. Someone tainted.
Yeah, actually, never convicted, never tried. No, he's not guilty.
What?
Anyway,
What? He went to jail.
no, but it got.
Francis, do you know you're on camera,
I
mate?
didn't know that I'm on camera.
Right. So let's just get this right.
Yeah.
Is Bill Cosby...
Yeah, you can say this stuff when the cameras aren't. You can say your real thoughts when the cameras aren't on. But you're rolling here. Come on, Francis, calm down.
Is he guilty or not?
No, he was found guilty of the court, but then
And went to jail. But
jail.
you're now claiming he's innocent.
No, I'm claiming he's not guilty because I know that it got overturned.
Oh, so legally he's not guilty. But
Yeah, he got
it's
as
like
many of
OJ.
Yeah.
So are you saying he's a victim of a miscarriage of justice?
Yeah, exactly.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah, legally he is.
We'll give it a goog. Can we get a verdict on that?
Billy,
No
come on,
pun
I want to know.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you what, I've put a hell of a stake in the ground, haven't I?
Yeah, you have. And we're going to find out. Now, look, in fairness, if you're...
I love how happy Francis Foster is about that. Someone who's had numerous allegations against him for, I won't say YouTube doesn't like it, but it's just like, didn't happen. Have a little laugh about it. I mean, to be fair, Francis Foster, he's a happy, giggly guy, isn't he?
Right.
Yeah.
It's going to be it's going to be a revelation to the audience of Trigonometry, I would imagine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, OJ, you know, he didn't get convicted. So
Exactly.
You might
Another
have
good
something
man.
here.
Yeah. So yeah. No, absolutely. Another soldier.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway, your point was Bill Cosby and others.
And others. And look, Louis C.K.
Yeah, well, that wasn't illegal.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
what Cosby did was illegal.
Yeah.
What do you got there, Slatty?
Freed after top court overturns sexual assault conviction.
Overturned. There
Thank you very
go.
much.
So
You got to
Bill,
get him on here.
so Bill Cosby's not only not guilty,
Yeah.
he's actually been falsely accused.
But a
Whoa.
perfect trigonometry guess. I think
Absolutely.
Those 44 women were full of shit.
I don't even think he's joking, to be honest.
Not really. I'm joking. The 44 is a lot. You can't really argue with 44.
That's the thing is I feel like I know this is supposed to be a share show, but I feel like once you're past 10 women,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's not a conviction in court, but it's not that far off. You know what I mean?
Really? What about Donald Trump? He's got at least 26 accusations of sexual assault, sexual misconduct, being grabbed, kissed. So does he apply that? It'd be interesting to know. I think he may have the Trump exception for that one. Like for everyone else, 10 plus, yeah, but Trump, no, he's a good guy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you
The
sort of
people's
feel like,
court. Yes.
if it's like, if it's double digits, then maybe there's some truth to it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I
Unless
think
it's
so.
a coordinated attack.
Oh. Ooh, boy, you really keep digging,
I
huh?
mean, 10,
Yeah. Yeah.
getting 10 women to work together like that is pretty fucking hard.
Yeah.
And they all had the same story, which
Yeah.
is not good either.
Yeah.
The
abs-
drugging.
Yeah. So anyway, great comedian.
Mount Rushmore for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. One could say actually inspired Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor, who obviously when he started was a Bill Cosby tribute act. But anyway, Louis C.K., they are dad comedians, is my point.
Bill Burr, Louis, Chris
Yeah.
Rock, Chappelle, all dads.
Yeah.
So, the dad joke is even a shitty thing to say. That's a dad joke. They have dad jokes.
And dad, yeah, exactly. That's quite interesting. They put the word dad in front of something in a slang term to denigrate it, like dad.
No, I think dad joke. See, they always have to get a culture war angle. It's like, oh, people hate men. It's like a dad joke. People like dad jokes, like the bad jokes. It's like just a cheesy, like obvious joke. Like everyone loves dad jokes, and you laugh kind of ironically, and you kind of go, oh, that's not funny. But like, no one seriously get upset about dad jokes. And women love dad bods as well. Like, ask your average woman. They don't want a six-pack abs. I mean, I'm pretty ripped myself, but, you know, we can't all be this way. Average woman just wants a normal guy. And it's the same with men as well. They love a bit of, you know, meat on the bone, as they say. So, yeah.
Dad
Yes.
bod, dad joke.
Dad rock.
Yeah, dad rock.
Yeah, you're right. Mom
Men's
is
rights.
good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I misjudged the moment. Forgive me.
Mom is good. Mom sex. Wait, I guess that's a MILF.
Yeah.
Do moms have a thing? Mom jeans? Mom.
No, but see, mums are venerated, and so they should be.
Right.
But my point is, the father is sort of denigrated, isn't he?
It is. It's a pejorative for sure. Dad joke, dad bod.
Yeah.
Good point.
I don't think they're those two, because I could just explain them then. I don't think they are. Like, dad joke, dad bod aren't bad things. But there's a reason why I think the role of the father is denigrated. And it's because often a lot of fathers aren't there. I think a lot of mothers have to take the burden of the emotional labor, the housework, raising the kids. And it has changed a lot over the last 30 years, don't get me wrong. But there's a reason why, like if he's on tour, he gets a night nurse. He's just swanning off around the world doing his comedy show, whatever. Like, the mother stays at home and has to do the work. Why is that there? I mean, can't she have a career too? I mean, most women have to work these days because it's just the cost of living is so high. But I think there is a reason why historically, because dads get away with a lot of shit. I think they do. I think they do. I don't think they do as much domestic labor. They don't look after the kids as much on average. And mothers do most of the work. If it wasn't the case, if it was more balanced, I think we wouldn't have this kind of, I don't want to say attack on fathers, but denigrate father as a model, because a lot of dads just leave. A mother can't leave. Often it's the mother who looks after the children after a divorce. That's not by choice. It's often men choose not to look after the kids. It's left to the woman.
Point.
So,
What's that about?
yeah, exactly.
No one feels bad for men,
Right.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, where if we go, hey, I'm tired, people go, shut up, suck it up, you pussy.
Work harder.
Work harder.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because I kind of like, on the one hand, I'm kind of laughing along, go, oh, that's really messed up. On the other hand, that's actually what I believe.
I know, well, men don't feel bad for men either.
No.
It's not a woman thing.
No.
But like Johnny Depp, he got accused of beating Amber Heard. He went through like all this trial, all this public attack, and then he proved.
That's an interesting admission. So he doesn't even care about men. Like, and I would say I don't really. We kind of haven't, and men have internalized this. Like, oh yeah, just suck it up, get on with it. But that ain't right, surely. But he even so, is he? Because I would say Kisin and Foster will probably describe themselves as like men's rights advocates, like care about men. But if they're saying like, oh yeah, just suck it up, you're tired as a man, just get on with it. Who cares? But that ain't right, surely, because we haven't been talking about men's issues enough, and that's why it's been ceded by the right. That's why it's been ceded by, well, apparently I thought so, by figures like these. Obviously not. I was wrong.
proved he was right, and everybody was like, hey, you won that one. It's like, hey, how about what the fuck? I got called a wife beater, and it wasn't true. Look, no one pats you on the back and goes, oh, you're sorry you went through that, buddy. That was hell. We just go, hey, you won.
Yeah.
What's the next movie?
Keep going.
Yeah.
And then people talk about Men's Mental Health Week or Men's Mental Health Month.
Oh, come on.
All of this stuff. And you go, on the one hand, it's important. On the other hand,
No one cares.
yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's a tough go.
And even
We're not allowed to be sad, but then women are like, I wish men would open up. I wish they would be emotional. And you're like, well, actually, I feel like everybody hates us. And they're like, shut up, you fag. And you're like, what the hell? All right. So you want me to have feelings as long as you approve of them.
Yes.
yeah.
I think that is exactly what they want.
All right.
And where do you think
God, really? See, this is why I really don't like these guys. They're just like such grievance politics. Like, oh, men can't talk about the things. Yes, you can. If you're in a good relationship with a woman, you'll be able to talk about your feelings, and they're not gonna like. Oh, it's just low level analysis, isn't it? It's just culture one. Like, no thinking going on when they say that. It's just like, oh, men have got it. Men are the real victims now. Women are the oppressors. Men are the most attacked minority. It's like, come on.
comedy is at the moment, Mark? Do you think, because there was at one point, well, we first interviewed you in 2022, but the past few years, it seemed as if everything was kind of regressing. I think people were being censored, people getting, even Mike Ward in Canada getting arrested for a joke.
Yeah.
So, but where do you think we are now?
I think we're doing great. I mean, we're booming. This is a big. How many friends do you know who are in arenas? Like, I just did the Chicago Theater, which is a pretty big room in Chicago, and I was talking to the booker or the producer, whatever it is, and he was like, "I got to tell you, I've been working here 50 years. No comedians play." He's like, "We had Don Rickles here, and it was like half full, and that was in the early 80s. He was a legend." So people just didn't go out and see comedy. Like, you had Dice Clay and Steve Martin maybe doing arena here and there. But now it's like Andrew Schultz is at the Garden. Nate Bargatze's at the Bridgestone Arena. I mean, it's just huge names now.
Yeah.
And these are friends of ours.
Well, I said this to Schultz. We had him on the other day. Like, watching his latest special, you'd think like wokeness never happened.
Right.
Like, we're so over it in comedy, especially in America.
Yeah, well, I think we learned, because the internet will come at you hard, and you go,
I was wondering how long it'd take before we hit to woke. We'll end there because wokeness, the most meaningless term. Again, get over it, Kisin. But again, that's his bread and butter. That's his bread and butter. Get triggered by some leftoid saying something, and then it's like, but this doesn't get clicks. This isn't sustainable. This is actually an all right conversation, just a normal conversation. With, again, this is why they don't have comedians on that often, because usually comedians are a bit, I think, more intelligent and less ideologically captured than the average guest who's going to come on about trans rights or Muslims or whatever, or wokeness. Whereas comedians, they look at, often they're punching up towards power. Generally, not always the case, but they will try and question society, question assumptions, question the norms. That's what comedy should be. Anytime, whether it's the left going wild or the right going wild, you got to question the assumptions. And now we're seeing that swing towards the right. And I think we're going to be going back towards the left, and people are going, actually, yeah, the end of woke, talking more about class issues, inequality, wealth, taxing the wealth, but also no one wants Trump. People don't want Trump. They want something different. They want a more moderate politics. We want things to go, maybe to the center for a little bit. We calm down and we just have a discussion about where we're going, because it's not sustainable. So hit the like button and I'll see you next time.